Yo, boys, it's been a few days. I'm back. Facecam is back as well. I've got the coffee inbound with the game mug. Basically, I've been on a big Fallout binge recently. Preferably Fallout 4 because I've been playing that quite a bit. So, let me put the camera down a little bit. I look a bit too short there. There you go. Yeah, I've been playing Fallout 4 quite a bit. I'm level like 63, 64 as I'm recording this. I'm just about to start one of the DLC expansions. Preferably Far Harbor, I believe, or New Core World. I don't know which one yet. But anyway, almost 4 years ago now, I made this video on my channel talking about the plot of Fallout 4. And I basically want to revisit it and see if any of the points that I made in that video come back to me now after playing the game for so long again in 2023. So this came out in 2019. When I think I was 2019, I would have been. How old am I now? I'm 20 now. I'm in 2023, so I would have been like 16. I want to say 15, 16. Yeah, this is when I was still in secondary school, so it would be 15, 16, or just turning 16 or 17. I don't know, but I was young. Okay, I was uh younger than I am now, so that's not really hard to do. But regardless, we are gonna watch this, and I'm going to. So I keep checking out my hair in the thing. I've got a headband in. Shout out to Michael for the headband, my goat. I think it looks really good. Let me know what you guys think. In the comments. And let me know as well if you agree with this video or, well, this video or my video. If that makes sense, like the video I'm watching or the video that I'm making. If that makes sense. But enough chat. Let's just get straight into it. So I'm gonna assume this is just gonna play for me, which it is. Let's turn it down a little bit. That's a bit loud in my ears. There we go. What an intro, by the way. Old school intro. That's very old. That's 4 years ago worth of old. Whilst I was recording gameplay for this video and recap. That is bad. Wow. Okay, I understand that I was young. Jesus Christ. This is when I used to make all my videos on the Android phone. I probably still got the phone somewhere. But I used to record the gameplay on my Xbox One and then download the gameplay off of OneDrive, which is basically like an Xbox cloud server thing. And then put the music in and voice over it in my bed. Literally, I'd be sat there at like 2 in the morning talking to my ex-girlfriend, and then every time I wait for a message from her, I'd do a take of the voiceover for the video. I was such a mess, man. Like I don't sound horrible. I just sound young. Does that make sense? I just sound really young. I mean, I was like what, 16? I want to say. Um, but yeah, this is just insane. I actually can't believe that. So there's that. Um, sorry, as we're recording this, I am Snapchatting and doing like my usual things because I want to just make this as concise and as live as possible. So bear with me. I'm gonna click play anyway, just see what happens. So in the moments I had on Fallout 4, I realized that the plot of Fallout 4 doesn't make as much sense as I thought it did when I. Okay, first off, I'm actually chatting shit here. The plot makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Shit. I just accidentally stopped recording. Great. But yeah, the plot makes sense. I'll tell you why in a second, but I want to go listen to my point on this because I think it does make sense. But let's see what I have to say. I played the game in the first playthrough, and I'm going to explain why and if the Fallout 4 plotline even makes sense. So just get into it. So the first point that I was aware of when going back through this gameplay footage and just my gameplay of Fallout 4 in general from the start to this point was that my son should be dead. Okay, so first of all, shout out to Eric Godlow Beats for the music. The guy's a goat, right? I had the one phase of using a lo-fi hip hop beats for all of my videos. I don't use it anymore. I use like Terraria soundtrack or Minecraft soundtrack, or Crash Bandicoot if I put music in, which I don't think I will in this video. But regardless, now I understand what I'm trying to say here about Sean, who is the main character's son, technically being dead as we leave the vault. I do and don't get it. So if you haven't played Fallout 4, spoiler warning by the way, I'm about to ruin the whole game for you. So basically you start off in Vault 111, and you go there minutes after creating your character, because the nukes are about to drop in South Boston. I believe that's where the game is, like Boston area, like Massachusetts kind of thing. And you're there with your wife Nora or your husband Nate if you choose to play a female. I chose to play as a male, because I always do. Not sexist. I'm just saying I just like to play as men or playing with men. Pause. Anyway, uh, but yeah, basically, long story short, you go in the vault with your spouse and your son Sean, who is in the game, uh, like in that moment in the game, an infant, literally newborn child, probably a few days, few months old at like minimum, right? Um, and then all hell breaks loose. You're frozen in these cryopods, and your wife gets killed, and your son gets stolen by Kellogg and the Institute, which are kind of like the boogeymen of the wasteland in this game. And the point I think I'm trying to make here is, um, in the vault, you're there for 60 years, right? So you're frozen, like you haven't aged, but you're there for 60 years. So Sean is gonna be around 60 years old when you meet him in the game, which he is. He is 60 years old, and in a really harsh turn of events, he has cancer the moment you meet him. He has terminal cancer. Like, you do like 2 fetch quests for him, like fetch a simp from Bunker Hill or kill Gabriel in Libertalia, and that's it. He has cancer. You can just let him die just naturally. You can shoot him in the head, or you can just side with the Brotherhood of Steel, the Minutemen, the Railroad, whoever. Blow that shit up, bomb them. That's what I did. I blew up the Institute because I don't like the Institute. I make a video. I might make a video on that actually. I want to make some Fallout 4 retro perspectives, so I'll do that. But the thing, the thing I'm trying to say here, I think, is I believe back then I didn't understand what the actual plot hole was. So the plot hole basically is when you leave the vault, like there's no guarantee Sean's gonna be alive. I'm trying. That's I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like there's no guarantee you know he's alive, so you shouldn't really bother trying to look for him because you think he's dead, right? Like, understandably, you have no passage of time because you've just been frozen in a pod. You think it's been like an hour or like a day if you're like unlucky. And then you find out along the way that it's been like 200 years since the bombs fell, and you haven't aged a bit. And everyone's like adapted and changed around you. You meet like Preston Garvey, Paladin Dance, who is this big tanky looking motherfucker in this power armor right here. Um, and yeah, other than that, I'm gonna click play and just see what I mean. But that's my point of it as of right now. Like, that's what I think of it. So let's just see what I had to say. Now, I know that sounds a bit barbaric and it does. Pessimistic, but let's be honest. It does. Your character, the Vault Dweller, has been cryogenically frozen for 200 years, which in itself is an amazing accomplishment by Volte. I don't know how they managed to do that. And your wife gets killed whilst she gets killed and then yeah, so that's what I said. I didn't get the plot hole here. So Preston Garvey mentions when you first meet him, that like when you move to Sanctuary Hills, which is like your old house basically, it's like your old town, at the top of the Fallout 4 map. He mentions that it's been 200 years since the nuke at the start of the game dropped. So you have technically been in the vault for 200 years, right? But you did get woken up during that. And in that time, you were captured by Sean. Kellogg captures Sean, and he runs off with him. He kills Nora or Nate, spouse, and then takes your kid. Right? You technically are frozen for 60 years. That's what Sean tells you when you meet him. Like, it's been 60 years, because you go through like the Minutemen quest line, and you find out that Sean looks to be 10 years old. So you think 10 years have passed in the vault. It's actually been 60. So your passage of time is fucked. So I believed that you were stuck here for 200 years and that Sean died while you were still frozen. So the point of you going to find Sean is pointless because you're going to see him dead anyway. Which is still kind of true if you think about it, because when you meet Sean, he's dying of cancer. You don't win either way. You've bombed all the raiders and super mutants and whoever. You've killed a Corsair, which is the hardest thing to do in the Commonwealth, even though I did like 4 shots with a combat rifle and murked the shit out of him. On very easy, but we move. And then you go find Virgil in the Glowing Sea. You encounter Deathclaws. You've done everything to find your son, and he's got cancer. Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the piss, lad? Like, seriously. But I get what I'm trying to say. I'm going to assume this is what I mean, so we're going to keep going. And I'm a minute in. I'm already rambling. Jesus Christ. Frozen to death, pretty much. Well, she's shot, and then she's frozen, so... Yeah. And your son gets kidnapped, son Sean. Yep. And you wake up 200 years later... And obviously you believe that your son's still alive. But when you find out the reality that your son, like, you've been alive for 200 years... Can I just talk about the absolute state of the quality of this gameplay? By the way, what is this in on my YouTube settings? This is 1080p. You can see the pixels, right? This is what my like PC looks like when I play GTA 5. Like this is awful. What is this? This is on the Xbox One. To be fair, the Xbox One only did like 720p on 30 frames, so I kind of understand. But and downloading it from OneDrive off of Google Chrome was not the best for quality control. But Jesus Christ, that is so bad. That is so unbelievably bad. Like, just look at dog meat on the left of your screen right now. The little dog in the corner. You can't see his like facial features, anything. He's just a little wee dog, you know, little wee dog. So I don't even know anymore, to be honest. It's all just a bit barbaric. It really is. Thank God though, when I actually managed to get the PC running and whatnot, that I actually play games better than this, because 4 years ago, me making this video, crazy. Like, the quality's bad, everything's bad. The points are pretty solid though. The points I'm trying to make are pretty good, but they don't really hold up to mine right now. They really don't. So yeah, there's that. Why does the character still believe his son's out there? Like, I know it's a dad thing to do, you know, because obviously he wants to believe that his son's still out there and whatnot. And I'm glad that he is still out there in the game. But realistically, from a biological standpoint, no one ever should be able to live beyond 200 years. Now, I know this is nitpicking. It's just a video. Yeah, it's just a video game, so I don't know why I'm nitpicking at that. But again, the point still stands. You didn't know that at the time, and if you could be frozen for that long, Sean can. And the Institute has the best biological advancements, the best medical care in the entire Commonwealth. They are so technologically advanced that the Brotherhood wants to steal from them. The Minutemen want to blow them up because they're a threat to the Commonwealth. They're making synths. Synths are basically robot versions of humans. So, take for example Nick Valentine, right? Nick Valentine you'll find in Park Street Station when you play the game, and in Diamond City Market. He's got his own agency. You find out he's a synth because he's a robot. You can clear it. You can see it clear as day. He's a discarded prototype of a synth Mark II, Gen 2, Gen 3, something like that. And the real version Nick Valentine died years ago. But the robot Nick Valentine that you actually partner up with, if you choose to do so, while trying to find Kellogg and Sean, tells you that he's still got all of Nick Valentine's memories with like Eddie Winter, and you go through the whole quest line. So it is possible that these synths can replace human beings, like all in all, right? Even in Far Harbor as well, I've read that in the Acadia settlement, Dima, who is another synth in the DLC, actually helped Nick Valentine get out the Institute. So that whole chain of events was thanks to Dima, and I'm going to encounter him very soon. But I get the point. I know I'm nitpicking and like getting every nook and cranny out of this video, but I want to be perfectly clear that this video is so like out of touch with the game. Like, I've got a better understanding for the game now than I did back then. I mean, look at my carry weight, 285 and 477 bottle caps. I know I'm like early in the game and I'm doing the Brotherhood questline, which is the most awful questline, by the way. I don't want to hear no shit about the Brotherhood. I hate the Brotherhood of Steel with a passion, right? The armor's cool, but it's not worth the risk. Trust me. Like, my character now is level 63. My carry weight is about 350, 400. I have about 37,000 caps on me right now, but I'm going to make a lot more. But I'm getting off topic. Video game, you're not meant to be realistic, but this is what would happen in actual, like, setting of nuclear fallout. Like, even in a game, they've got to understand the rules of humanity here. Like, no one should be able to live for 200 years. And how convenient that the moment you wake up out of the wasteland and do everything you need to do, by the time you get there, your son is older than you. Yep, that's true. Your son is older than you, and you are the father. Your son's older than you, and he's about to die from cancer. Pretty much what I said earlier. I don't know if that's a mishap in the Fallout, like in Fallout 4, as in the game, or something that Bethesda purposely put in, but it's not. The time that you're out here joining the Brotherhood of Steel, the Minutemen, the Railroad, and doing all their missions. Can you hear like the 16-year-old voice from me? By the way, like comparing it to this voice right now, I feel so cringe. Things I used to show this to my girlfriend at the time and be like, "Hey, I made a sick video. Come watch this." Um, mate, I'm just such a mess. Just such a mess. Shout out to her though. What a legend. And stuff. Your son's out there making robots that don't even have human capacities. Like they're meant to reflect human emotions, but they don't do it very well. And then they try and fool you by making a simp version of your son Sean, who is actually the leader of the institute. Well, the real version is the simp is still 10-year-old boy. Okay, I absolutely butchered the explanation, but I do get what his point is. So it's what I mentioned earlier. You're meant to believe that Sean is 10 years old and that 10 years have passed in the vault, but he's actually father who actually like runs the directorate for the institute, right? And obviously, if you follow the institute quest line, you'll find out Sean is dying and that you can choose to lead the institute after his passing. So you basically carry on his legacy, right? And I get what I'm trying to say about Sean being older than you, but then again, you have been frozen in time and haven't aged a bit, so it does kind of make some sense. Like, it does make some sense. I keep clicking the space bar, and it keeps ending my recording, but yeah, you get the point. And you believe that he's the one that you've been looking for, you know? Because he is a child, and the main I also want to know one thing, well, two things. First, why am I playing in third person? And two, why am I wearing the most disgusting tan grey suit ever? And the little skull. So yeah, the skull bandana I've been wearing quite a bit, but I'm rocking the old Mechanist outfit from the Automatron DLC, so I can't really talk. But yeah, that's just a little nitpick of mine, sorry. The protagonist, even not main antagonist, that's the enemy. The main protagonist believes that that's Sean, because there's no way that he would believe that Sean is older than him and is leading the institute, given that in the game, especially in the Brotherhood of Steel, if you choose to go that way, Paladin Dance informs you that the synths and the institute are bad people. They're doing bad things to humanity, and then that all. The one thing I will give the Brotherhood of Steel questline a bit of credit for is the whole thing with Dance. Dance was a really good mentor and companion, and when you find out he's a synth, it did kind of hit me a little bit, because you're meant to believe that synths are just really bad people, and the Institute are like really horrible criminals in a way, because they do kind of kidnap somebody, kill them, and then replace them with the synth clone. But I kind of did grow a liking to Paladin Dance, especially when I just completed the Brotherhood of Steel achievements on my 100% achievement run. I actually really liked Dance. I thought he was a pretty cool companion, and he's super loyal to the Brotherhood of Steel. So I do kind of give Bethesda credit for that, and I do kind of respect why people choose Brotherhood of Steel just for that. But it's not for me anyway. But yeah, the point I'm making is pretty valid. So all changes when you go to find your son, and he is the leader of this so-called cult group who is just replacing humans. Another thing as well that I got this from Fallout 76, so so it's kind of a habit for me. Notice how the weapon wheel, right, the favorite thing, has Stimpaks, a pistol, and a hunting rifle, right? Radaway should be underneath the Stimpaks. I've kind of got like a little section. So the right side for me now in my save game is Stimpaks, Radaway, and if I use any other drug like Jet or Psycho or whatever, I'll put that there too. The top one would be like for the Fat Man, the Gatling laser, a minigun. And then the left one's for my rifles, and the bottom one would be for shotguns, but I only use rifles because I'm doing like a rifleman's build, which is pretty good that I'm playing for Harbor actually, because I need the lever action rifle, a bunch of 45-70 bullets, and Lucky Eddie, which I need to get. So there's that. But again, that's just another thing of mine. Just for like 4 years ago, I had no idea about this concept. This was when I got the game for my birthday or Christmas. So yeah, I let myself off. With robots and killing every last stroke of humanity out there, but how can your son still be alive? That's the question I don't get. And beats me, mate. How does the idea of you being a war soldier even like come to life? Like obviously, war never changes is like the main point of the thing here. Like even after. Shout out to Tim Kane, by the way, for letting the guy voice over in the first Fallout game. That legendary line that has stuck with me through every Fallout game I've played. I've played Fallout 1 on the channel, as you've already seen. That was my first time playing it. I need to play that again so I can do like a massive review on it. I played Fallout 3. I've done the intro to New Vegas, and I haven't really got into New Vegas because I'm not really a big fan of it as of yet. It might change because I Haven't looked into it, but I will do that. I played Fallout 4 a bunch, Fallout 76 a bunch, and the one never changes thing is just so good to me. But I'm talking a lot of shit about Nate and his like being a soldier thing, because the whole point of the game is you served for America during the war, so you were allowed into the vault, and that saved your life. So you risked your life to get the chance to earn your life. I'm just talking a load of shit. This one hair is doing my head in. Okay, it's fine. I'm just talking a lot of shit about that.
After war, there's a still more
Level 8, by the way. What a dub.
still like an aftermath of war and all that.
I wonder what perk I'll take.
You are a soldier, and you come back and you join soldiers to be like a part of the army, and then you find your son, and then the whole game just changes from there. Like my main point is that Fallout 4 necessarily does not make sense to do as a plot, because there's no way you can be alive. Well, I don't know about the cryogenic aspect of this.
I don't know about the cryogenic. I spent 4 minutes talking about it, and I still don't know about the cryogenic aspect of the game. That's what I mean. This video is filled with so many loopholes and just things that don't make sense. It just hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. It's
Because I don't know anything about science. I'm not a scientist, but
no shit, Sherlock.
I know you can freeze cells and you can stabilize them, if that makes sense. But in terms of Sean, you can't cryogenically freeze a child. I don't think their cells are strong enough to withtake the impact of the coldness.
Okay, yeah. So in a real world setting, I don't know about that one because I'm not a scientist. That makes sense. But again, when you start the game and you get into the vault, your spouse is holding Sean in the cryo chamber, so it is possible to freeze a child. So Sean could have been frozen just as long as you have, and then released before you. Because it was actually, yeah, it was technically father's idea to let you out of the vault. He was the one who initiated the override sequence to let you out of the vault to find him. So father matured, grew up with the institute, and realized that you're still in there and that he wanted to see you. That he wanted to run a sick science experiment on you by saying, "Look, I'm gonna throw my dad out into the Commonwealth. If he finds me, he finds me. If not, GG, easy, no re. Make a synth clone of him." I'm assuming. I don't know, but you get the point.
But Sean shouldn't be alive. I mean,
This
I know it sounds
guy.
a bit harsh, but Sean dies moments after you meet him after 200 years. I don't know how he's even alive for 200 years, unless Kellogg may have frozen him or may have given him like a serum or something. But I know I'm nitpicking because it's a Fallout game and it doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, it kind of annoyed me when I was playing this game. Like I was joining the Brotherhood still, and I thought in the back of my head, I'm meant to be finding my son here, and instead I'm joining armies and whatever. But to be fair, you didn't need to join the armies to actually find.
Okay, I do get the point of this. This is a big meme in the Fallout community, like the fact that it's this big dramatic event. Your son's been kidnapped, and you have to go find him. But no, you can build settlements. You can join an army. You can even help someone get married in Diamond City, like a robot and a man. I get what I'm trying to say, but the wording is so bad. Like, I know I don't script my videos, but you can really tell that I don't script them here. You can really tell.
Find your son, but when you do find your son, he unfortunately does die moments after you meet him, and you get to carry on with his legacy if you wish to. But I don't know. But at the end of the day, Fallout 4 is a great game. I like Fallout 4, and I was really excited for Fallout 76 because I thought it was going to take the same style to Fallout 4 with the single player thing. But they did an online mode, and it was pretty good. They carried on doing what they do best, creating a wasteland. But at least the plot makes a little sense in Fallout 4. Like I know.
Okay, so I've played Fallout 76 a bit on Xbox and PC. When I stopped playing Fallout 76, I bought the game on release. This is when it was like super fucked up. Like all the glitches were present, all the bugs were there. The game's still kind of buggy. I've played it recently, like a couple of weeks ago. I can say that my time in Fallout 76 now is not as big as it was back then because I'm going through the Fallout 4 thing right now. I'm trying to play all the Fallout games like in. I say in order. It's not really in order. I'm playing Fallout 4 first, but I want to go through all the Fallout games again and try and fall in love with that series because I'm done playing FIFA. To be honest, I don't care about FIFA after this year. I want to go back to games I love like Fallout, Skyrim, Terraria. I still need to do that fishing achievement for a video, and I'm so close. I'm so close. Like Overwatch. Sadly, I play Overwatch. And games like Serious Sam, but I don't know. I fell out of love with Serious Sam, to be honest. I had my phase playing all the Serious Sam games. I want Serious Sam 4, but I just can't be arsed. It's just so long. But yeah, anyway, you get the point. Like Fallout 76 is still a great game. It's still one of my favorite games. I'm after I've done Fallout 4 in terms of like getting all the achievements and getting all the perks, I'm gonna literally play and. Well, I was saying I'm gonna play until I get all the levels. I'm not like not in one sitting anyway. I'm gonna play like for months and years probably on the same save, because I can have a lot of fun playing the game. But then I go into Fallout 76 because I actually quite like Fallout 76. But the point is, I made videos on Fallout 76 when I made this video, and I was really into it. I was really digging it, especially with all the bugs. But now I need to just get back in touch with it. So there's that. But we ain't got long left.
The whole point is for you to find your son Sean and join armies and join factions and get all these new weapons and claim settlements, try and rebuild the world like the Minutemen are trying to do. But just thinking
Well, that drop though.
here,
Ooh.
the plot of Fallout 4 does not make sense. But to conclude, I think that for a video game perspective, the plot does make sense. But if we're being realistic, it technically shouldn't make sense. But at the end of the day, I know people who, well, if people even care that much about this video, they'll be like, "Oh, Carl, you're just making a whole fuss out of this because, you know, it's a Fallout game. It's not meant to make sense." Because it's delving into the possibilities of what could happen in nuclear war. Like, we could be strong enough in the future to have this sort of technology and have flying cars and stuff, and then we use it for our own gain, like Sean did and with the Sims, you know, trying to make a better place. But at the end of the day, Fallout 4 is still a great game. Even after you find Sean, you can still have a lot of fun with it. I've had a lot of fun with this game. I've played like 70 odd levels or 70,000. I've gone like through 70 levels. I've even created a new character just for this video, and I'm still playing with him now. But yeah, so
Yeah, I actually do miss that save file because this is when I had there was a glitch basically where you could just get infinite caps, and I had like 999,000 caps because on Xbox it was bugged, so you couldn't get a million without doing like some sort of exploit. I was part of the Raider gang in Nuka World, and I had Mason's unique weapons and niches, I think her name is, something like that. And then Far Harbor, I blew up the children of Atom in the funniest way possible. I had Nick Valentine give me the I am death speech, so I missed that save file. I probably still have it on my Xbox actually. I remember I did like a modded series as well. But I want to do a playthrough for that for when like my PC is a bit more upgraded, so I can actually record it and go for like the worst ending in the game, so that, to be like the most evil character. Because right now I'm playing the good guy. So like for Nuka World, I'm gonna miss out on the perks because I actually want to get like the good ending. But I'm going for the achievements first and foremost. But for my save file, I think I'm gonna just be the good guy, kill all the raiders, and get the fuck out of Nuka World. So yeah. But yeah, other than that, there's about 30 seconds left. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you all for watching. I apologize for keep cutting the video, in terms of like I keep pressing the space bar, thinking I was back on Chrome. So I didn't know that on OBS if you click space it records for you. That's actually really handy. I didn't even know that was a thing. But I've waffled long enough. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think of the trim, think of the video, think of Fallout 4 in general. I ran out of coffee during this video, so there's that. But until next time, stay safe. Subscribe if you are new. Turn the bell on so you don't miss any uploads of mine. More videos coming your way very, very soon, including some Fallout 1 stuff and a Fallout 4 rehash of this sort of concept. But I'm going to make it about like either the DLCs, like a review, or just like challenges, like how can I beat Fallout 4 doing this, whatever. Once I get my PC parts ordered, on Wednesdays I'm recording this, I want to get a new GPU, graphics card, a new power supply so I can just run the thing like better. What else? Better processor, I think it was, and a monitor so I can actually have like the full setup. I'm gonna get a proper camera soon as well, like a Canon or a Sony, like some sort of Sony camera. I don't know, but I'm gonna try and just put the money down, invest, and then get to the channel side of things, start uploading again, recording loads of shit with the guys. Like we do a lot of playlists on GTA, so I want to like record like funny moments of that and just like have my best bits. But yeah, I'm waffling too much anyway. Thank you all for watching. Good things coming in the future. Trust me, and I will see you next time. So peace out. It didn't work. I clicked the space bar.